Well, hi YouTubers, I'm back with 40 Years of Mills Boon. It's actually a first on me, so it's a sequel. I picked this up in the library, and I'm glad it was a sequel, because, right, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Well, hi YouTubers, I'm back with 40 Years of Mills and Boon. This is the first for me, because it's actually a sequel. Right, a sequel, a companion, to The Princess Seductions. There you go. Now, the first one was His Majesty's Temporary Bride. This is the Greek Sibyl Princess, okay? So, yeah, and I'm going to put a link to that. It was basically Amelia is a stand-in. So Princess Amelia's stand-in cat falls in love with the king of Bengalia. There you go. I'm not talking about that one too much. I'm talking about this one. This is what happened, okay, to Princess Amelia after she fled the palace with her orphan nephew Sebastian. Okay, now she ran away because her prime minister doesn't think she can become regent. Okay, until Sebastian comes of age, or unless okay gets married, or basically the prime minister wants to take power. Okay, for himself. Right. So this bit here, okay, is when she's run to the Greek island, and I'm read the blurb. Here you go. Top of the blurb. News of a tragic accident plunges Princess Amelia's life into turmoil. To escape the swarming press, she takes her newly orphaned nephew and runs seeking the protection of one man. Lambis Evangelos desires Amelia beyond all reckoning, but refuses to taint her radiant beauty with the guilt of his past. For years he's resisted his longing for a luscious body. To Amelia's arrived at his doorstep draws him too close to her forbidden temptation. A secluded Greek island is a refuge from the world. There Amelia and Lambis have no choice. They must yield to their fiery, uncontrollable passion. Okay. Right. This is when Amelia's turned up on his doorstep. Okay. It's actually chapter 2. I want you. That's what she said. Amelia said. Hell and damnation. Her words shouldn't have any effect. They didn't. She was taken by surprise. How had she managed it? Where were her retainer of officials and paparazzi? More important, why did she want him? There was nothing here for her. He made that plain 3 years ago. Besides, Amelia had pride. She wouldn't come after him again. Lambis scowled. There was a place he refused to visit. So the past was a place he refused to visit. Okay, so he basically fell in love with her. Okay, Lambis fell in love with her, but the fact is that Amelia had been engaged before, but her father thought that she couldn't marry a commoner, and she's basically been alone. And the fact is that after her father died, and then her brother became king, Amelia pretty much was really the power behind the throne. She was the one, okay, who basically gave up her life. She was the one, okay, who really took care of Seb. And then her brother and his wife died in a boating accident because his brother was reckless. So the fact is, okay, that she's a perfect regent, but because she's a woman, needs to be married to someone like a king, okay? Yeah. So she runs. She can't deal with it anymore. Sebastian is struggling. He's a very young child, okay? He's lost both his parents. And he just needs to be away from it all and a bit of TLC, okay? And also is that Sebastian is Lambert's godson, and also why Amelia's there, okay, for him to step up, okay? Right. And the fact is, okay, you actually meet here a lot, okay, about a woman called Irani who was the queen, and she sounded really, really cool. I mean, to make a bodyguard a prince's godfather, that sounds like pretty cool. She was kind of sus to this, okay? Right. Mhm. Right. This bit here, okay. The fact is, okay, that even Irani, the queen, pretty much shipped these two. Okay. Years before, she looked at him with those beautiful, luminous, can I say that word? Luminous eyes, and suggested he might spend more time in St. Gallia. Not for Irani's sake, but for hers. She attempted to let her believe that he could be just a man she wanted, just to bask in her adoration. Right. So, Mia needs to escape, get away from it all. Sebastian needs to kind of come to terms with losing his parents. And imagine at the same time, for His Majesty's Temporary Bride, at the same time, Kat Dubois is being brought in to pretend to be Princess Amelia. So the fact is that these stories are running kind of parallel at the same time. Now I mentioned that book quite positively because I was thinking, change a few bits, forget Mills and Boone, Hallmark will be all over this book. Okay? And the same time can be said for this one. It'd be a great little companion piece. So the fact is, okay, that The reason why they can't really get together is the fact is that Lambus, he believes he's cursed. His mother died in childbirth. His wife and son died, not in childbirth actually, but his son had an allergic reaction to peanuts, and they were up in the mountains, and it all kind of fell apart. And basically, Lambus thinks he basically is cursed. So, as one of the reasons for holding back, okay, is that he believes, okay, that if he gets with her, and then obviously, okay, his employee died, okay, even though he basically said to the king, don't go on the boat, it's too reckless, and he did anyway and died, okay. He blamed himself. He's got a lot of internalized guilt going on, and the fact is, okay, that this is a book very much about routine. They talk a lot more. There's a routine. This bit here, this bit here. A day fell into a routine. Every morning as dawn broke, like now, Lambert headed off to the sea for a vigorous swim to clear the cobwebs of a night with too little sleep. By the time Amelia and Sebastian appeared, he was always in his office. Evangelo's Enterprises handled everything from close personal protection of VIPs to security of major events, international conferences to rock concerts to most things in between. Yeah, so Lambert is trying to get work done, okay, but obviously he's being pulled to Sebastian. He wants to basically make Sebastian happy. And there's some very heartbreaking bits as well, okay, where Sebastian, he hasn't really spoken since his parents died. He starts to open up a bit. He knows Lambert after all, even though he's quite young. And they start to really kind of come into a family. Come into a family. But it's lines as well, because the thing is this, okay, is that they talk about getting together and basically having a fling, and get this, okay, because the same dialogue was used in His Majesty's Temporary Bride, even though, okay, right, because basically Lambert says to Amelia, okay, no string sex, okay, because they started to get close, okay, but they were like, no, I'm a commoner, you're a princess, and so we can't be. And this bit here, this is when Amelia kind of takes control. Amelia's not a virgin, by the way. She did have a partner before. Yeah, just of course, just the one. Is the offer still open? Offer. It couldn't be what he thought. Life had taught him not to expect joy. For no strings affair. What's the affair? No one's cheating on anyone, okay? An affair, no. A fling, okay? Some fun. An affair, there's no affair. There's no third party to make up an affair, okay? There's not 3 people in this marriage, okay? 2 single people, okay? One from being widowed, okay? That's not an affair, still, okay? So, move along. This is when Amelia finds out the truth about what's going on in her own kingdom. Right. Seb's laughter rang out from the pool, followed by the deep burr of Lambert's voice. Despite occasional tears and clinginess, every day Seb seemed more like his old self, and he was talking. Right. Lambert might berate himself for not protecting his son, yet beside the pain he revealed that night on the beach, he hadn't withdrawn from Seb. Lambert was too protective to caring for that. He no sooner hurt the little boy than he would intentionally hurt Amelia. But it was too late, because they're in love. And this is when Amelia finds out the truth, okay? Right. There was no mistaking the effusive media piece. King Alex of Bengaria was definitely in St. Gala, then in her home, ready to attend a gala celebrating Amelia had cancelled ages ago in discussion with the Prime Minister. Monsieur Baref had nodded, saying he understood. Seb had to be the priority. He promised his staff would make the necessary arrangements to reschedule the event. The world stopped. Amelia blinked, trying to clear her vision, but nothing could shift the photo before her. King Alex outside a scientific research centre in St. Gala. After an official visit, and at his side, looking a little distracted, was Princess Amelia of St. Gala! Exclamation point. The woman could have been her double. Was her double? It was the weirdest thing, staring at a photo of herself and realising the woman in the photo wasn't her. Yeah, she finds out, so she heads back. And the thing that I did not like about this book, though, okay, is the whole thing, because Amelia sits there, okay, and says to Lambert, he doesn't want to think I can be regent, even though I'm more than qualified for the job because I'm a woman. It's settled pretty much off screen. We know about the deception, we know about what's going on, you screwed yourself over, Monsieur Prime Minister, you have to resign. There was no big showdown. And that book needed that. Okay. This bit here, okay? Rather than cancelling King Alex's visit, the Prime Minister had encouraged it, even having the temerity to tell Alex's staff she'd already agreed to a royal marriage. Blythe was set on her marrying a suitable husband, but his old-fashioned reckoning meant a man with blood as blue as hers. Immediately ground her teeth, thinking of the lies he told, or how he'd used it in his devious games. Obviously, Blythe thought he had her over a barrel with his threat to withhold the regency unless she married, as if she had to be a wife in order to be married to Seb. As he bought a body double for her, a woman called Catherine or Cat Dubois. According to Enid, this cat wasn't a go-getter she expected. Enid had taken a shine to her. So the fact is, okay, the fact is that the Prime Minister committed fraud and then thinks he's got the princess over a barrel. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Best out off camera. The Lambert proposes. They have a small wedding that's happy ever after. And one thing I would like to see, I want to see Cat and Amelia again. I want a third book. I want a third book on the princess seductions. I think a third book's in order. Because the thing is, we've seen these two get married. What about their children? What about Seb? Prince Sebastian as he's growing up? What about his love life? I want a third one. And as I said before, the first one is Maggie's temporary bride. Hallmark could be all over that. Hallmark could be all over this too. Make these two stories parallel to each other. And then cast the same actress, high set of twins. Hey, there's twins on Sweet Valley series. That'll do it. So, not bad. Not bad at all. So, the Greek forbidden princess. Lambert's kind of heart goes and heart melts. I'm signing off here. For is the Mills and Boone, and bye now.